In today's China, the very foundations of life are giving way. From tofu-dreg bridges that collapse before they even open, to high-rise apartments cracking within their first year, the country's infrastructure has become a deadly gamble. But the danger isn't just outside, it's on the dinner table. Toxic milk tea, carcinogenic meat, and a food system that seems to be poisoning its own people from within. As the myth of the world's second-largest economy crumbles, ordinary citizens are left asking, why risk our lives for a system that won't even protect our homes? Today, we go beyond the glittering skylines to reveal the brutal reality of survival in a society suffocating under corruption and fear. Welcome to China Obscura, where we pull back the curtain on the hidden truths and untold stories of modern-day China. In modern China, survival has turned into a high-stakes gamble. New bridges fail before opening, skyscrapers crack within months, and railings collapse in the breeze. Meanwhile, families eat carcinogenic meat, chemical-treated fruit, and toxic milk tea. People speak bitterly of a lethal trap where systemic corruption poisons both the foundations of their homes and the food on their plates. Many grieve that no foreign enemy is required because the Chinese people are destroying themselves from within. This is the logical result of a system that values speed and profit over human lives. For the average person, a decent life demands secure housing and functional public works. Yet today, they face not only job losses but the constant threat of crumbling infrastructure. A man pointed to his cracked balcony, noting that while they promise a 70-year lifespan, these buildings can't even survive 20. Exposed steel bars and deep fractures already show the decay. These nightmares became reality in Shaanxi province when a building collapsed instantly. Experts confirmed it was another tofu-dreg project, a term for the shoddy, corruption-fueled construction plaguing the nation. Bridges and highways are failing at a frightening pace. In Hubei province, a fresh road buckled following heavy rainfall. In Shaanxi, a street collapsed under a single truck before its official opening. Then, in Zhejiang, stone bridge railings fell without warning. When officials blamed the wind, the public reaction was incandescent. If the quality is good, it should withstand the breeze. In Hunan province, a bridge pier collapsed, sparking intense fear for local children playing nearby. Money flows into these projects, but no one takes blame when things break. Even prestigious projects are failing. In Beijing, a major bridge collapsed just months after completion. Viral clips linked these disasters directly to corruption, as citizens refused to buy official excuses anymore. On the Yellow River Bridge, a fatal accident occurred when a cable snapped, dropping a massive steel beam and killing 12 workers. Experts blamed tight overnight deadlines and poor materials used by the state-owned developer. Many believe the bridge was rushed as a political gift for a military parade. Instead, it became a sight of mourning. Earlier that year, Beijing's Chaobai River Bridge caught fire and fell in April, only to collapse again in July after flooding from the Mian Reservoir. Authorities blamed once-in-a-millennium natural disasters. Citizens mocked the excuse, stating that in China, corruption never exists, it's always nature's fault. For ordinary people, the greatest fear is now inside their own homes. Online despair is spreading rapidly. Many call these high-rises ticking time bombs. In Shaanxi, a new apartment complex saw foundation sinks and leaks within its first year. In Hebei, balconies simply detached and fell off. This raises a chilling question. If older buildings built in the 80s can't last, how will modern homes survive for the promised 70 years? The contrast with Japan is incredibly sharp. While Beijing fuels resentment toward its neighbor, wealthy Chinese citizens continue to move there because Japanese developers face strict regulations and criminal charges for shoddy work. In China, failed projects just leave people homeless, in debt, and branded as troublemakers if they dare to protest. Millions are dying from cancer while the CCP maintains an exclusive, safe food supply for the elites. China's industries are filled with food scandals, creating a cycle of mutual harm. In 2024 alone, cancer deaths reached 4.82 million, triple the toll of the Russia-Ukraine war. The ability to live a healthy life is ruined by the lack of safe nutrition. A viral video captures the grim reality, an endless cycle of toxic products woven into daily existence. Businesses are caught using massive amounts of carcinogenic meat for public consumption. Popular milk tea brands also carry hidden dangers. One young woman suffered total kidney failure after years of heavy consumption. Takeout meals often use expired zombie meat stored for decades. Personal care services are no safer. Investigative reports confirm that beauty salons frequently reuse nail tools between customers without proper sterilization. Experts warn that simple alcohol wipes cannot kill persistent fungi and bacteria, exposing patrons to serious infections and long-term health risks. Ordinary people are fully aware of these hazards. One man stated bluntly that they are self-destructing through what they consume. Oranges are waxed, bananas are chemical-soaked, and foods are packed with artificial additives. These substances corrode the body daily. Between 2018 and 2020 alone, 100,000 children died from leukemia, a tragedy many link to food safety. This cycle of harm is called collective poisoning. Fish farmers won't eat their own fish, and pig farmers avoid their own pork. Everyone is hurting each other for short-term gain. At the heart of this is the CCP's dual supply system. Party elites enjoy guaranteed access to clean, organic food, while the public is left with toxic products and rising cancer rates. Critics accuse the government of intentional neglect. They don't care about healthcare because they have VIP wards, and they ignore food safety because they have special supplies. Their only priority is keeping their grip on power. Many now feel that being Chinese is simply too exhausting. Under the most brutal governance in modern history, they see no hope for the future. Interviews with workers reveal a deep sense of disillusionment. Some admit they'd rather not return to this world because the suffering is so relentless. A 56-year-old construction worker described his grind as trading life for money. He earns $25 a day with no choice but to endure the physical toll. Yet, the cost of living is terrifying, with marriage dowries reaching sums impossible to earn in a lifetime. Street vendors tell a similar story. An 83-year-old sells vegetables to survive without state help, while a 70-year-old laborer eats 30-cent meals of soup and wild greens. From construction sites to stalls, the story is the same: endless labor for the bare minimum. Critics highlight the contradiction. While the party brags about the economy, the grassroots are drowning in poverty. Netizens point out that the misery of feudal eras is now a reality. A broken residency system and extreme inequality have left society twisted. One worker in Beijing earns just $14 a day, while his monthly pension is a tiny fraction of what retired officials receive. People are slamming the party's image of prosperity as a complete and total lie. At 3 a.m. in Wuhan, migrant workers gather under bridges for the city's cheapest meal. These workers, in worn clothes and cheap helmets, pile into tiny shared rooms just to survive. Yet even jobs are vanishing as wages shrink. When asked if they would fight in a war, citizens offer a blunt refusal. People are no longer willing to be sacrificial pawns. Investigations into war mobilization show a wave of discontent. One grandfather stated he wouldn't send his grandson to the front, questioning why leaders send their own kids abroad if China is so good. He believes wealthy officials should be the ones to fight. For common people, the elite just give orders while the poor suffer the consequences. On social media, users question risking their lives for a state where they own nothing. This skepticism shows a broad awakening. One woman's viral response about domestic cars struck a chord. "I don't need a fridge or TV in a car. I need safety." She insisted that since she earns her money, she'll buy whatever is reliable, rejecting moral pressure from the state. Her honesty resonated with millions. Netizens note that elites push domestic brands while using iPhones and living in foreign villas. "We support our own pockets," one user said, adding that survival matters more than party loyalty. Even propaganda is mocked. When an official claimed China doesn't need foreign markets, citizens countered that they still need to eat. Anger also flared over gas prices and high highway tolls. One user observed that 99% of the harm people suffer comes from within. "A traitor is someone who exploits the people while enjoying freedoms elsewhere," she said. This perspective is growing. Patriotism is being redefined as a demand for fairness and quality of life, not blind obedience. Ordinary people work hard to save money. Quality products are what matter. When domestic brands actually improve, people will buy them without needing slogans. A user living in Japan described the clean streets and well-kept sidewalks there, only to face online abuse for praising foreign standards. "Why can't we learn from others?" he asked, insisting that the party's policies only amplify ignorance. While the leadership may be preparing for war, the reality is that the elite and the youth lack any genuine motivation. A huge part of the population has already decided, and that answer is a firm no. That's it for today's episode. Please give a thumbs up, comment below, share with others, and subscribe to stay connected. Cheers to the new year, and thanks for watching China Obscura. See you next time.